let's get you pictures that are coming in of dozens of protesters who have attempted to storm the Israeli embassy compound in Amman in Jordan after the strike on a hospital happened at the Gaza Strip that killed over 500 people. And pictures that are now coming in of protests that have been taking place in Jordan. This is in Amman. We are told that protesters have now hit the streets over that rocket strike that happened on a hospital that have claimed the lives of over 500 people. Protest pictures are now coming in from different parts of the world as we played out the protest pictures over the rocket strike that happened at the Gaza hospital, killing hundreds of people, coming in from Amman in Jordan. Now we are playing out pictures of protests that are also coming in from Montreal. And there are more pictures that are also coming in of protesters who have gathered near Baghdad's green zone following Gaza hospital blast. And many of those people who have been coming out in protest of this rocket strike that happened on a hospital, the al-Ahli Baptist Hospital in Gaza, where hundreds of people who were receiving treatment were killed. And to that effect, we are looking at how a certain blame game that has also started with Hamas terror organization blaming the Israeli Defense Forces of attacking civilian areas and even not sparing a hospital. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Israeli Defense Forces have said that it was a misfire on part of the Hamas terror organization that wanted to fire across Israeli territory, but it misfired and hit a hospital instead, and there were hundreds of casualties. To this effect, we're looking at a lot of pressure that has now been built up from both of the sides. And hours before the arrival of the American President Joe Biden, he says he has spoken on this issue with the Jordan King and also with the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, and he has asked his security forces to gather as much information as possible exactly who was behind this rocket attack. But pictures right now that is coming in of anger that is now spilled out on the streets of people protesting. Those pictures that came in from Amman in Jordan, pictures coming in from Montreal, and hundreds of them also people there who have now protested near Baghdad's green zone. And this is coming at a time when demonstrations also in Baghdad that are taking place, and this is against the strike at a hospital that happened, which killed scores of people, especially when it comes to children there. And this has now built up a reaction, especially at a time when Joe Biden is likely to land in a few hours from now. However, those pictures that have been coming in as Israel's military has denied responsibility for the bombing, saying the military intelligence suggested that the hospital was hit by a failed rocket launch by the Hamas terror group's side. And even those pictures that have been coming in, more than 500 people who lost their life in that deadliest single incident ever since Israel launched an unrelenting bombing campaign in retaliation for the 7th of October Hamas cross-border terror attack that happened. And demonstrations there on your screens, as you can see, in the green zone where protesters have mobilized in Baghdad and come out in protest against one of the deadliest killings that have now taken place. And this has happened in the Gaza Strip, where a hospital, the al-Ahli Baptist Hospital, that was bombed. Israeli Defense Forces say that it was a rocket misfire of the Hamas terror organization. However, Hamas says that this was a rocket strike by the Israeli Defense Forces.